The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. About to make his way to the ring from the Bowery. This is Raven.
He dislocated the shoulder of #1 contender Chris Harris last Wednesday, just prior to Harris' scheduled NWA World Title cage match with Jeff Jarrett. And now, Raven must face the wrath of Harris's, America's Most Wanted Tag Team partner, James Storm. We do know that next week, regardless of the outcome of this match tonight, next week, next Wednesday, Raven finally gets his title shot. But will it be against AJ Styles, or will it be against Ron, the Truth Killing?
And his opponent, from Nashville, Tennessee, he weighs in at 229 pounds. Here's the Tennessee Cowboy, James Storm.
It's all about payback for James Storm, and he charges to the ring, and Raven catches him in mid-move and starts putting the boots to him.
Well, we saw what kind of a mood that Cowboy James Storm was in. Kick-ass just got on his last nerve. He warned him that he was in a mood, and the mood he's in is because of what Raven did to his partner last week, costing his partner a shot at the title. And I'll tell you right now, as Raven is taking control, but if James Storm can get any kind of momentum right here, I have a feeling he is going to be a James Storm we've never seen before.
Don, think about this for months. James Storm, 100% supportive of his tag partner, Chris Harris. Harris' efforts, of course, to win the NWA title as the running clothesline by Storm takes Raven out to the floor. Now Harris out sidelined with the shoulder injury. This is revenge. This is Storm looking to avenge that brutal beating. And he just sent Raven with such impact that they separated the steel.
Unbelievable. And I'm going to tell you something. If whatever you think is a conventional wrestling match, you can just throw that out the window. When it comes down to these guys, there will be nothing conventional about it. This is about revenge. This is about pride. This is about friendship. And I don't think Raven understands any of that stuff.
And he just leg sweeped Raven, did Storm, right back into the steel safety rail. Gonna try it a second time and drives him back again. You see the back of Raven's head and all of his back making contact with the very unforgiving steel.
You can see right here, James Storm has got a purpose. He's got a mission right now, and I think he's caught Raven a little off guard. And he does it again! A third straight time!
Fans at the TNA Asylum cheering on Storm with every move. Drops him, crashes him over the top of the steel rail. Raven in a precarious position.
Oh, he just takes him right off of it with a clothesline.
Storm charges at him, drops him down to the concrete floor of the arena. And now James Storm has climbed over the rail. And here in the crowd at the Asylum, drives him face first into the chair.
I think that's what Storm wants to do, Mike. I think he wants to humiliate Raven in front of every single person in the Asylum. After what Raven did to Wildcat Chris Harris. If it means going to the crowd and doing it out there, that's exactly what he'll do. Look at him just now, just taking it to him on chairs, on rails, you name it, he's using everything to his advantage. And Raven trying to fight back, but James Storm, look at this, has complete, total control.
Yeah, you saw that wild punch attempted by Raven that didn't connect, and Storm continues the assault on Raven. The payback, the revenge for the injury to Chris Harris.
Right into the...
Raven is getting it from every angle here from Storm.
Wisely, the people got up and moved out of the way because they would have tumbled down with him. And you see referee Rudy Charles trying to get some kind of control. You can forget about it. They're not listening to anybody. James Storm is totally focused on one thing. And that's inflicting the same pain on Raven as he did last week on his partner.
Dragging Raven around the Asylum by the back of his head, by his hair. And he just threw him right into the, right into the seats. Right into the bleachers.
Raven not able to mount any kind of offense at all, Mike.
You're right, Don. Other than that opening flurry from Raven, this has been all about James Storm. And all about Chris Harris at the same time.
It's like Raven is just beating him in front of everybody in the Asylum. He wants everybody to see it. He wants everybody to get an up-close and personal look at what he's going to do to Raven. Look at this, right
He's taken him, I think, to almost every side, every corner of the building here.
I mean, there's not been there. Look at this. I mean, he's using almost every single chair that's not being sat on.
And now James Storm picks up a chair. Going to try and position the arm of Raven. Remember last week, Don?
Oh, the same thing, but Raven knew it was coming that time.
Yeah, last week it was Raven inflicting that pain with the chair on Chris Harris. But gets out of the way, and then the drop toe hold sends Storm
right into the chair. Oh, man, that caught, look at you. You can see Storm like holding his neck right there. That caught him right on. He caught the top of that chair right there at the top of the shoulder or the lower of the neck. That was just what Raven needed, something to change the momentum. Oh, and he puts his arm on the rail.
Wrapped the arm, wrapped the shoulder around the steel rail, did Raven. Now he brings Storm back in again.
Caught it again, and you can see the pain in James Storm's face. Oh, no, look at this. Raven's going to wrap it around the pole.
Not a very similar strategy to what we've seen Raven employ against Chris Harris. I wonder if this attack is sending a message to Chris Harris, because he's continuing to work over the arm and shoulder of Storm. He dislocated the shoulder of Chris Harris, Storm's tag team partner. And remember, it wasn't that long ago that James Storm had his shoulder injured.
And you know what's symbolic about that? Even though James Storm's right-handed, he's working on the left arm. He's exactly doing that. The same arm that he damaged on Chris Harris. That's how Raven thinks. He's just diabolical.
Storm, the recipient of this brutal attack, as Raven continues the assault, stomping on the arm, extending the arm.
Oh, I'll tell you what, once Raven gets focused on his mission, there's no stopping him, and that's exactly what he's doing right here. Absolutely not giving James Storm. Look at this, and he just pulls on the arm, the same arm. Look at this, Mike. Not giving Storm a chance.
Bringing out the arm, and much as we saw in the matchup with Harris, using that crossface, using the chicken wing, he's got the arm hammerlock, then applying the crossface at the same time, swings it around again. You see the hammerlock applied, you see the crossface. He's got a chicken wing at the same time. These same tactics dislocated the shoulder of Chris Harris, and he's either trying to do the same thing to Storm and at the same time send a message to Chris Harris.
Oh, James Storm, look, he's trying to fight back, trying to knock Raven loose, and there he goes twice. Anything he can do to knock him loose. Raven's just not letting go. He's got a hold, and he's not letting go, no matter what Storm does.
Desperation move by Storm, but he can't get the pull block, and finally that time he does.
Oh, but look what it took out of him. You can see right there, he's just out of breath. He's in pain. The left arm is probably just numb at this point.
It was all he could do, Don. That was all.
Yes.
He had no other option at that point.
I'll tell you what, though, that's the kind of competitor that James Storm is. He thinks on his feet like that. And, I mean, it wasn't working the other way, so he just kept using his weight, his force, and kept driving him back into the ring.
Referee Rudy Charles putting in the count. Who's going to be the first man to get to his feet and take control of this matchup? Raven up. Raven first up. Raven up to the vertical base. Storm slowly making his way up.
Raven's got to be in pain, too, after taking 4 jarring shots back into the rail. Back into the ring rope. And Storm just, here he comes. Oh, he got him.
Caught him with the right hand. Running clothesline takes down Raven. Now Raven fired off into the ropes.
Oh, nice knee to the chest right there by James Storm.
Planted the knee. Wait a minute, what's this? Dallas is out. I mean, we just saw the confrontation in the back between Dallas's tag partner, Kid Cash, and Storm. Went for the face plant on Raven. Gonna roll him over. Gonna go for the cover.
1, 2, no, not in time. Well, obviously Dallas has kicked off what James Storm did to his partner, Kid Cash.
Yeah, of course.
He's out there trying to intimidate James Storm. Right now, though, James Storm's too focused on Raven. He didn't have time to worry about Dallas.
Yeah, think back to what Kid Cash said earlier about how he and Dallas are going to move past America's Most Wanted among the great tag teams here in the NWA. They've got a long way to go for that as we see Storm reeling off those rights from the corner mount. Raven dropped, and then powerbomb out of the corner. 2 down the ropes.
Oh, I thought he was going to steal one with his legs on the ropes right there, but somehow Storm was still able to get out.
Raven tried to leverage the pin, but Storm still able to avoid the 3 count. Shot off into the corner. Raven gets the boot up.
Oh, did you see there how James Storm avoided it? He got it.
Here's 2.
No.
Both men back up. Storm connects with a clothesline that takes down Raven.
Oh, you can see Storm as he motions that he's going for right here. Here comes the super kick. Oh, Raven was ready for it.
Wasn't ready for that back kick or that enziguri. Connected. Here's one. Here's two.
Not enough time. He just didn't get there in time. I don't even know if the referee was in position in time. That might have been a pin if he'd have been right there where he should have been.
Raven just able to roll the shoulder that time to avoid the 3 count. Now drops down, again inflicting further pain, further punishment to that injured arm and shoulder of James Storm. Back in the ring. He's motioning for his DDT. Duck with the that super kick. Wait a minute, Dallas in the ring.
Oh,
he's got him pinned here. Wait a minute, opposite side, Kid Cash.
There's Kid Cash
with that nightstick. Kid Cash with the nightstick. Caught him from behind.
The referee didn't see it. Storm didn't see it.
Oh, no. Raven effect. Spiked him. Dropped him on his head with the DDT. And yes, he gets the 3 count after the interference from Cash.
The winner of the match, Raven.
Oh, referee Rudy Charles didn't see what Kid Cash did. He didn't know he came in there with a nightstick and took out his revenge for what Storm did to him earlier. Now you see the beatdown coming down.
We saw this all start earlier. The backstage confrontation between Cash and Storm. Raven heads up the ramp, but meanwhile in the ring, Storm is being beaten. The beatdown, 2-on-1. Dallas holds him, and Kid Cash catches him with that nightstick again, and now the double team.
And that's what they're doing right there. You can see it right here that Dallas and Kid Cash are trying to send a message to Storm. They're sending a message that we are.
Here comes D'Lo Brown. D'Lo Brown out to make the save for Storm.
Well, you know he wants a little revenge after losing earlier tonight. This is his chance to take back a little vengeance. Oh, he got the nightstick. Oh, and Dallas bails and Cash bails.
Just when I thought we were going to get some nightstick justice. Kid Cash, Dallas, both dropped down to the floor, but thankfully, D'Lo was there to make the save.
Security coming out here to try to settle things up and get this thing moving on.
Don, let's hear from the former NWA champ, Jeff Jarrett. Shocked last Wednesday night by AJ Styles.